Well, hey there, folks. Greetings. Bill O'Leary here. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the issue of how making gifts can mess up your estate plan, gifts to your kids, how it really can mess up your estate plan. So I'm going to teach you a couple of things in this video. Number one, how making gifts to your kids can, in fact, mess up your estate plan. And two, some of the things you can do to make sure that that doesn't happen. Just by way of quick introduction, again, Bill O'Leary, I'm an attorney where I focus on a few select areas, estate planning, things like wills, trust, estate, powers of attorney, and so forth. Elder law, so focusing on the unique planning needs of our seniors. And then a lot of probate work, so helping families navigate the court system where their family members passed away, maybe did not plan as well as they could have. My firm, Legacy Planning Law Group, we're located in Jacksonville, Florida. So let's say you've got a child, let's say a son, who might need some help with a down payment to buy a dream house for a growing family, or maybe your daughter needs some sort of startup capital to start a business venture, or maybe you've been thinking, boy, wouldn't it feel kind of gratifying to pass some wealth to your family now, sooner rather than later, so you can see sort of the fruits of your giving. Well, the first and foremost consideration by far is to examine any monetary gift in the context of your entire estate. And it's easy to get swept up in an adult child's pressing need, or maybe to be overcome with emotion when you're thinking of passing on your legacy. That's natural. Many people, spend a lot of time and effort putting together a carefully thought out estate plan, and maybe with the help of an attorney, hopefully. And then they might end up throwing a wrench into it by making gifts to their kids. And a lot of times they don't even realize that what they're doing is going to impact their estate plan. And yet other times they might be taking advice from somebody else and not checking with their attorney. Whatever the reason, it can cause big problems down the road. So here are some things you can do to make sure your estate plan is not messed up when you make gifts to your kids. And what you're going to see as I go through this, the central theme of this video is, if you make gifts, make adjustments in your estate plan. So if you want to make gifts to your kids while you're alive, make sure you adjust your will or your trust to take account of the gift. So let's say you have 3 kids, and in your estate plan, you treated them equally, okay? Well, what you might want to do is, if you've given one child something by way of a gift, adjust those percentages. So again, at the end of the day, it comes out to be legal. You can also add a special legal provision in your will or your trust called an advancements clause, which will instruct your executor to make an adjustment after you die to account for that lifetime gift that you make. And how about the situation where a beneficiary, let's say, is named in your will or your trust to get a specific sum of money, let's say $10,000 in this example. Well, what will happen if you decide to give that same person $10,000 now while you're still living? Do you still intend to give $10,000 to that same person in your will or your trust after you die? And so this is something you need to think through. Make sure your intentions are known and clear to avoid any confusion or worse, fighting. Now, another situation I see is where a parent will just put their adult child on, let's say, a bank account as a joint owner. And this one is, it's so easy to do that, I can easily see why people get tempted to do it. If you want your child to receive the account after you die, just add them as a joint owner. That's the thinking. It's so easy. The problem is, again, you may end up treating kids unequally. Why? Because you see, that joint account will go directly to the child that's on the account as a joint owner. Your other children will not get any of it because that account, again, will go directly and not pass through your will or your trust, where maybe you've provided for all of your kids together. And also, to the extent that there are expenses that have to be paid for your estate, or debts and so forth, taxes, very common, the money in that account is not going to be available to pay those expenses with, because it's not an estate asset. And that might upset your other kids that are having to bear a disproportionate share of that cost. So adding a child as a joint owner to the exclusion of other children can lead to a will contest and a prolonged court battle. And in a similar way, let's say adding a child as a joint owner of an account. Another example of that is, let's say you name one of your kids as a beneficiary of a retirement account, think an IRA or a 401k, or maybe add them as a beneficiary to life insurance, but you exclude other kids as beneficiaries. You see, again, one child that you're gonna name as the beneficiary, they're gonna get more, disproportionately more compared to the other kids. And again, the money in that IRA account, that life insurance policy, is not going to be used or available to pay estate expenses. So basically, your other kids will be left holding the bag. And then finally, there's a situation where someone has a will or a trust, but does not set aside enough money to fund the distributions laid out, the distributions to the named heirs. Why? Because you've already given away most of it during your lifetime. So, hey, if you'd like to know a little bit more about how to gift to your children, but in a way without messing up your estate plan, and maybe how we can help, we would love to talk to you. So as we do in all these videos, we invite you to take that first baby step. Go ahead and book a free 15-minute phone call that we call our discovery phone call. Scheduling is easy. Just go to the link at the bottom of this video, click on it, take you right to our scheduling calendar, or you can go to our website, Legacy Planning Law Group, and click on the book your call button. And it's basically a way to start the conversation. If you like this video, would you let other people know about it? I'd love it if you were to like it, and better yet, share it. And if you haven't already subscribed, I invite you to subscribe to the YouTube channel here that we have. So until we see each other again in another video, this is Bill O'Leary signing off, and go make it a great day, and go make it a better world.